and welcome to Everything Folk. This is episode 5, and our pick today is Drowsy Maggie.
Well done, Sam. You remember the name.
So how are you, Katie?
I'm in a good mood because we're near the end of term. It's like, yes, only a week and a day to go. But you've got 2.5 weeks. It's like, ooh, bad luck.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping this podcast is going to go well because this is our third take of it.
Maybe
yeah. Fourth, yeah.
Well, third time lucky, you know what they say.
Anyway,
yeah, we're doing Drowsy Maggie this week, which is a popular Irish, Irish reel.
And I believe it was in Titanic.
It's always been very popular, but it was especially made popular because in the Titanic movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, they played it on that, and then now it's sometimes referred to as the Titanic tune. Some of its other names are Drowsy Maggie, Ghoul, Maggie, Churishk, I can't pronounce that. Sleepy Maggie, and even Sleepy Maggie.
I don't think it's very good that it's known as the Titanic tune.
Well, I don't know if it is, I just sort of said that. But I've heard people call it that before.
People don't know it for what it actually, that it's actually a good song. They just think, oh, that's the tune from Titanic.
Well, I don't know, because it's like making folk popular. And folks not exactly
bringing
popular.
Folk into the young generation.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like we hope to do with all 4 subscribers or whatever.
So we'll start with your pick, Katie.
Okay, mine is by a guy called Matt Malloy from his album Heavenly Breeze. I really like this Matt Malloy guy. He was born in 1947, which we worked out earlier. Very slowly means that he is 67.
63.
He's an Irish musician,
63, not 67.
and said to be Ireland's most talented flautist. And he's began to play since he was very, very young. Now he's very famous, and he even has his own pub called Matt Malloy's in County Mayo in Ireland.
So before we play your pick, I just want to say he's a very, very good flautist for a 63-year-old.
Yeah,
and it's great that he carries on playing it since he was very young.
You know?
Yeah, but this is Katie's pick. So there was your pick, Katie. It was very nice. Usually Drowsy Maggie is played at a very fast speed.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on that, and it's like screechy violins and everything. But it's really nice. He sort of improvises on it as well.
It's very different. It's mostly played on the violin, but this one's on the flute. And it's at a slow speed. It's nice and relaxing. You've got the guitar going on in the background.
Yeah, I think they must have recorded it live or everything, because it's really nice. Because halfway through, like every now and again, you hear. And it's like amazing. He plays. He's very nice. He's got a wooden flute, which makes a really nice sound, I think.
A wooden flute. Wow.
Yeah, and I think it's really nice, just the guitar and him. Works very well.
It does indeed.
You can find this at We7, which is WE7, or a 30-second preview on Last FM. But we couldn't find him on YouTube, but we could find some bands which he was in. If you search it, Drowsy Maggie, Matt Malloy, you'll get the Chieftains version, which he was in, but that's not the version we're looking at.
And
today.
You can buy it on 7 Digital, Amazon MP3, and iTunes.
Yes, for 79p, I guess.
Yeah, that's right, 79p on all of those places. So we'll play my pick now, which is by a British band called the Bucket Band. Now, this band go around Britain busking. And you can often see them in Stroud, which is where I found out about them. Now the name is the Bucket Band because I think it's their bass drum is actually made out of a bucket, and it surprisingly sounds good.
That's so cool.
But as I said, they go around Britain just busking, and they do albums, and I've got 2 of their albums in a physical copy, which I usually don't
Really?
have.
There's such thing as an actual album?
I usually don't have the physical copy of the album, but
Yeah. I
couldn't find the album online, so I bought it off them directly when I saw them in Stroud.
So it's a bespoke item.
Yes, I've indeed met the band. But here's my pick.
Oh, I love that as well. It's nice because it's very different to mine. It's quite traditional, but I like it because the violin isn't it's not too overwhelming. Yeah,
But it's reasonably fast.
and they can play it well, so it's good to be fast.
Yeah, the band's made up of 3 members. There's a
Just 3.
electric. I'm not really sure what the instrument is.
What,
It's
the
like-
bucket bass thing?
No, it's like an electric bass. Which the guy
Oh,
plays.
like one of those yeah, it's like an amplified double bass, but one of those
Yes.
modern ones where it's just minimalist.
Then you've got the violinist and
Very nice.
the drum player, who can also play guitar, and he plays the mouth organ.
Yeah, 'cause I heard guitar in that, in my one.
So he multitasks.
Yeah, I actually really like your pick because the violin's not horrible. Because no offense to you, because you're a violinist, but many times I've heard the violin and wanted to
Kill it.
jump off a cliff.
Jump up and down on it.
Yeah, so horrible. It's my brother used to call it like a cat dying. But if they're talented and they can play it well, then go for it. And
Good for them.
yeah, they're obviously talented because they've got a CD out. So
Well, many albums. I've got 2 of their albums. This from their album, The Bucket Band, Live in Britain is their album.
so was that recorded live?
Yes, it was recorded in Cheltenham, that one.
Wow, because that's really good for live. Because I think mine was recorded live, and I think a couple of times they get just a tad out of sync with each other. But in yours, they're obviously very
Yeah,
close
recorded
together.
live in Cheltenham. Very good. If you're in
Yes.
Britain, you should try and see where you can listen to them and watch them. But
Talking of listening and watching, this is my really good link here.
segue.
We now have a YouTube account, which is just youtube.com/everythingfolk. Or you can just search for Everything Folk and you'll find all of our episodes up there, which are out on iTunes already. And we favorited some of our picks, which we found on YouTube. And obviously, you can still visit our website, which is everythingfolk.blogspot.com.
That's everythingfolk.blogspot.com. And if you go on
All
the website,
lowercase, all one word.
if you go on the website, you can actually get the episodes out a day early. So if you want to listen to us a day early for whatever reason, you
That's
can.
what I do. I get really impatient and just start listening to it then.
But I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. We'll see you on next
I
week.
have, actually. It's the 3rd time.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Subscribe!
Excuse me, Skype me.